Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious, creamy, moist, dark chocolate cake. It's my favorite chocolate cake. I even like it better than as if you went out to a restaurant or got a bakery cake. This one has been totally perfected in all the ingredients. It's really, really delicious. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. First thing you're going to do is grease two 9-inch cake pans. That's where we begin. You want to grease them really well so nothing can stick to the pan. And it works really well. I've been doing it this way for half my life, where you just grease and flour your pans. So I've never done this before, but I saw it online the other day where somebody actually sprinkled cocoa in the bottom of their chocolate cake pan. So I'm going to try that. I'm just going to try it. I've never done it before. And I saw it and I was kind of like intrigued by this addition. So I'm going to try that. What we're going to do with this is, before we do the wet ingredients, we're going to put our dry ingredients in. So it has 2 cups of sugar, 1 3/4 cup of flour. There's 3/4 of a cup of cocoa. I'm going to just dump all this in. We have 1½ teaspoons of baking soda and baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. So that's where we're going to start mixing all the dry ingredients. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now. We're kind of mixing all the dry ingredients together. And then after we get that all incorporated together, we're going to add our wet ingredients. We're going to have 1 cup of milk. Excuse me. We're going to pour 1 cup of milk in. We're going to do 2 eggs. A 1/2 cup of oil. And I did forget to put the sugar in. I should have done it. It's 2 cups of sugar. I don't know, I forgot that. And then you're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and I'm almost done with that bottle. And then we're going to add 1 cup of boiling water and the 1 cup of milk that I just added, and then we're just going to go over to the mixer. You could do this by hand, but I'm going to do a mixer. The last ingredient is 1 cup of boiling water. And, well, I could actually do this from scratch like this if I want. I'll try this. I usually always use a mixer for my cakes, but I'm going to do this since I'm right here, and it looks like it's incorporating really well together. So I'll just finish mixing all this together. It'll just be a few minutes. This chocolate cake batter mixed really well in just me whisking it. You can do it either way, but this recipe, this chocolate cake recipe, is the only recipe that I have that uses this much cocoa powder. It uses quite a bit. So get ready to use quite a bit, because the cake has quite a bit. It has 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, and the icing has 1½ cups. So it is quite a bit. So right now I'm going to fill up the cake pans, and then we're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for a 1/2 hour, 30 minutes. Okay, there they go in on a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. While our cake is baking, we can get our frosting done. It's going to take 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and this is where we're going to be using quite a bit of cocoa. Let me get this powdered sugar out of here. I put it in a wet measuring cup. And the cocoa is quite a bit. It's 1½ cups of cocoa. So this is a very, very rich chocolate cake. It's my favorite cake, my favorite chocolate cake. And here is a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I do measure my vanilla when I do like a frosting. I measure it exactly, but I don't necessarily measure it exactly when I'm putting it into like a cake mix. I mean a cake batter or anything. So we're gonna go mix this now, this frosting. This is the richest chocolate frosting that I've ever made. And I've made lots of them. That's probably why it's my favorite, because it's totally for chocoholics. You can see all the mess this chocolate's made. It's really good. So this is our rich chocolate frosting. It's dark, chocolatey, and rich. And like I said, this is the best recipe I have for chocolate cake and chocolate frosting. It's my favorite one because I like dark, rich chocolate. I like chocolate anyway, but so I'm going to take a little taste of this. Unbelievable. This is a chocolate lover's dream cake. So we have a few more minutes, and then we're going to let the cakes, the two 9-inch cakes, cool for about an hour before we frost this. So I'll see you in an hour. So it took 30 minutes for these to cook, so I'm going to let these cool about an hour before frosting them. Okay, we have the first layer frosted. Now I'm gonna put the other layer on. What I do is, my mom taught me this years ago, you put a toothpick on the ends, that way it doesn't slide. And in the summertime here where I live, it gets very, very hot, and even if you have your air conditioning on, it'll still melt and fall down and everything. So I put these on the ends of it. And now we're going to frost the rest of it. So I just kind of I have a lot of frosting in here. So I always do the sides first, and then kind of the center, the middle, and then the sides. So you just kind of do like this, and then you just kind of go around the edges like this. So I'm going to finish this and come back. Calling all chocoholics, it's time for a taste. This is a super, super moist, chocolatey, decadent cake. It's the best I've ever made, and the best I've ever baked. If you like dark chocolate, and you like creamy chocolate and moist cake, this is an absolute must try. It's the best of all the ingredients you can imagine that go in this. It's very rich. One piece is all you need. So the only thing to complement that would be a nice cold glass of milk. So I hope you give this a try, and I hope it turns out wonderful for you.